I'd like to welcome everybody to this second Education Fast Forward debate. We debated creativity in education and whether or not digital literacy should be a human right in our first debate. And we move on today to a topic which I think is very much of the time and is concerning the very nature of education systems today.
Today's debate is all about productivity in learning. And I think, as Jim said, it's a very timely and very important topic for us to debate. Hence why we're making this debate live on Cisco TV. And as Jim said, we've got a number of bloggers and tweeters that are following this debate, and we'll be asking questions and making relevant comments. Education Fast Forward is all about stimulating debate on important education policies and matters. But I think more important, as Lord David Putnam underlined in our first debate, it's about inspiring educators across the world to make a difference and take some of our ideas and put them into practice.
When you clearly lay out what a student needs to know and be able to do, and they have some say in that, kids become very empowered about taking on that ownership.
It's a very interesting program, and I feel that the idea is here we're talking about focusing on the students and less emphasis on the teachers. And I think this is more of the world trend that we're talking about, having emphasis on the students leading the learning process.
I want to offer an example from Christchurch. You had children of 8 years old who would come in on a Monday morning, take a blank sheet of A4, and draw out Monday to Friday and then write in what they wanted to learn that week. And the teachers were capable of responding to that. And that's the challenge, I think. Most times we talk about the timetable, and what we actually mean is teachers getting students to do things at the point convenient for the teacher. But it is entirely possible to organize an educational system around learning the thing that you want to learn at the point of interest in it.
For me, learning is learning. And I suppose an analogy I often use is I don't understand why somebody who's brilliant on the football pitch at the weekend plays for clubs at a fairly high level isn't categorised as learning unless they're doing it in school on a Friday afternoon at probably a much lower standard.
What makes education productive? And I think education is basically leading out, and then when they see more possibilities, and that's why we said that now they've got to have globalization, global learning and so on. It's reaching out to more people, to the world, and more possibilities, and wanting to learn more. That's how it comes to the lifelong learning as well.
What is really interesting in the model he was speaking about is the structure of dialogue between the actors of education and the community of education, the maintainer, the school teachers, the parents, and partly the pupils, students themselves. How to create and to share a new vision, that what are those needs for the kids, what should be served by a new model of schooling.
We need to be a lot more effective as to how we measure the success of innovation, because just because students are learning, it doesn't necessarily mean it was because of the innovation taking place.
So I think that's an important point when talking about material that is meaningful to students, is making them feel like they have ownership over it, and that when it's brought up in the class, it's brought up on their terms, and that they're treated as the experts on something that is, is meaningful to them, rather than having the teacher appropriate that.
I think it'll become more dynamic and more enriching, and I really think these students will have a chance to really have a stronger voice in the way schools of the future might operate.
So thank you very much. We're going to follow up after this to see what the next debate might be, and hopefully debate number 3 will come from a topic from the floor. So thank you very much, and thank you for listening wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.